Let's record a video while I am ill. This should be very fun, shouldn't it? This should be exemplary. Oh God, help me. Chainsaw Man, episode 6. Great episode. Very good episode, in fact. It's a very good episode. I give you that much. And I'm Mark Canadian. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's just jump straight into it. Where we left off, Arai had just discovered that they are trapped on the 8th floor. And to test this further, Himeno, she makes Kobeni stand in a peace symbol position. She runs up the stairs. No, was it down or up? No, it was... Ooh, which way was it? She runs down the stairs only to appear coming up the stairs from the lower floor, which scares Kobeni. Kobeni in this episode is like Zenitsu times like 10. She is just scared most of the time. And so Aki, he goes into another room only to appear behind Kobeni, scaring her again. Kobeni is just useless in the episode, you'll see why. But he suspects this is just the devil's power, and so they're trapped on the 8th floor. So they decide to just bunk up in one of the rooms on the 8th floor for the meanwhile, just to sort of gain some assessment of the situation, right? No matter what they do, they always end up on the 8th floor. Whether they try to dig through the bottom or go through the top, they always end up on the 8th floor. And so Denji, he puts out this idea that maybe power killing the devil must have caused this. It must have trapped them in this sort of genjutsu that they're in. But Aki explains that killing a devil deactivates the ability, which makes sense because given that when Denji first passed out in episode 1, the chainsaws disappeared. So it makes sense. That makes sense. It checks out. He checks the bullet, from the devil, the gun devil, and it's not reacting. So whatever this is, it's affecting the bullet as well. And so Himeno believes that the weaker devil was a trap. So the trap was to send out this weaker devil, have the hunters kill it, and then they'll be trapped on the 8th floor. Which this just sets off everyone. Well, mainly Arai and Kobeni. Arai worries that more people will turn up if we don't get out of there soon. And Kobeni just starts crying. Literally just bawling tears. She explains that she only became a hunter because her parents wanted her brother to go to college. They didn't care about her because her brother was gifted, so they wanted her to pay for the brother's college. They didn't care how. It was either being a devil hunter or working in the industry, the lonely fans, if you catch my drift. And I'm just thinking, all these backstories are sad as hell. Like sad and depressing as hell. My word. It is some sad stuff, I'll tell you that much. However, Power, being the devil that she is, she finds this hilarious. She starts laughing her ass off. Even Arai saying, "What are you doing? This is so out of order." She is terrified and you're laughing in her face. But Aki's not bothered by any of this. Aki's just like, look, this clock in the room is stuck at 8:18. In fact, all of the rooms are stuck on 8:18. This must mean when the ability first came into power, which is something to note. So maybe the ability has something to do with time. Maybe it has to do with a certain hour of the day, something about that. But Denji just like, well, we're stuck in here. We might as well just sleep. It's a nice bed. I haven't slept in a nice bed in a while. I'm just gonna go to sleep. And he does. He manages to fall asleep while surrounded by people, much to the surprise of Aki. I'm jealous. I wish I could get sleep like that on the regular. I am just so tired, man. So tired. So, we move on to the next scene where Himeno wakes up Denji and updates him on what's going on. They found food and they realize that the power is still working in the rooms. Aki won't stop looking for the devil. He's just checking room by room, staircase by staircase, just to see what's going on. Himeno had to knock out Kobeni because Kobeni was just wilding. She tried to drink water from the toilet. So Himeno's like, nah, let's just go to sleep. Puts her to sleep. Arai was helping Aki at first, but then he started having panic attacks and locked himself in one of the rooms. And Power's just being Power. She now has this new plan. She wants to win a Nobel Peace Prize. This will help her become Prime Minister of Japan. And her first law will be to raise taxes 100%. So, it's nothing new to Denji. Himeno's just asking her because she doesn't know if this is something new or something completely different. But this is just Power being Power, just looking for any way to cause human suffering. The group decides, let's just watch over Arai and Kobeni because those two are just panicking. And Himeno decides it's a great time for a smoke break. And Denji notices this is our last cigarette, and the brand that she's smoking is the same brand as Aki. I keep forgetting his name. It's Aki. And so this sort of triggers a flashback to when Himeno first got Aki into smoking. At first he refused. This is before, Himeno goes into, you only became a hunter because you're after the gun devil. You're like so many other devils, you only come to public safety because we have pieces of the gun devil. And so she makes the argument that you're gonna die young anyway, so you might as well. And that as long as you don't die, it's fine, because partners dying is a pain in the ass. So that gives me the thought that she must have gone through a lot of partners in her time to come up with a statement like that. Not only that, but young devil hunters die anyway, so you might as well. But Aki doesn't take the bait, but at the same time, Himeno is just revealing how long she's been in this devil hunting business. So, yeah, we move on in the flashback where she gets slapped up by a former partner's girlfriend, and she explains that when the partner dies, it's just a family that's left over, and so they take their anger out on her. And she just says, it's part of the job, I'm used to it by now, which is pretty sad, having to deal with all the former partners' families and taking out their anger on hers. It ain't right. And so Aki gets revenge on this girl by putting a piece of gum on her back without her knowing, which brightens up Himeno's day. And Aki tells her, look, this ain't right. You should be taking the blame. It's the devil's fault. Stand up for yourself. It'll be fine. And so she treats him to dinner, and she explains that her master, the one that taught her, says that devils don't fear devil hunters. They only think devil hunters are crazy. And that's why I think you're going to live long, Aki, because you're crazy. And Aki, he takes this in stride, and after this, she manages to convince him to smoke. So this was just a long-winded flashback looking into how Aki started smoking. Don't smoke, kids, it's bad. Okay, I'm joking. This wasn't just a flashback. It was just showing how the bond formed between Aki and Himeno, what made them different from other partners, other units within public safety, which I thought was a good touch. They could have done it differently, but this method was good. It was a good method. We switch back to the current day, and Aki, coincidentally, he turns up looking for a cigarette. He wants to smoke. He's stressed. He needs that smoke break. And Himeno, She gives him the one from her mouth, but Denji being Denji, he's pissed. He's like, hey, that's indirect kissing. Okay, I was promised a kiss. That shouldn't run. But Aki's like, look, just shut up. I need this cigarette, bro. This is my message to Denji. It's not that deep, bro. In the UK, we have a saying, don't die for Nash, my guy. It's not worth it. Just move on. It's fine. But Aki, he didn't come here for just a smoke break. He brings them bad news. It turns out the devil before isn't dead. And he's grown into this massive, grotesque form which fills up the entire corridor. You can't even see the rooms past this devil. This devil is huge. But it's still capable of speech, and it offers up a contract. It says, feed it Denji and all the others will live. And Kobeni, she comes out of nowhere. I thought this girl was sleeping. She wakes up, knife in hand, and tries to kill Denji, saying we need to take this deal. But Himeno knocks her out again. And so, what was it? She asks Aki, can you summon the demon, the fox devil from last episode? Yeah, last episode. But he's saying, whatever this devil's doing, it's affecting the fox devil, so he can't come out. And so, let's see, Himeno damages the devil using the ghost arm that she has, but it just grows in size as a response to this, and says that this isn't his main body, and doing damage won't kill it, it'll just piss him off, because the heart isn't here, so there's no point in doing it. Denji, he's pissed. He's saying, well, you won't keep up your end of the deal anyway if you kill me. But Himeno says the devil used the word contract. And in this world, if the devil used the term contract, it's binding. So if one side breaks the deal, that side will die. So this is an actual contract that's being made by this devil that's hunting him down. So that also explains why Aki and Himeno could use the fox devil and the ghost devil, because it could easily just be the case of, okay, give me part of your body, well, I'm not going to do anything, but it has to be abided by, otherwise the devil itself will die, which is I think it's a great touch, similar to Black Clover. But yeah, Arai pops out now. I thought he was having a panic attack, and he wants to take the deal, saying we can escape, come up with a plan, and come back with some other hunters. Power wants to do it too, but she's just being a prick. She just wants to leave to get her Nobel Peace Prize. But Aki and Himeno are saying no, because this devil wants Denji dead for some reason. So if we give Denji to this devil, it will benefit the devil in ways we won't know. So the best course of action is not to give the devil Denji. Simple as. We're not gonna do it. Plus, Power doesn't get any say. Fiends can't make deals with devils. Don't make sense. Aki, he says, you know what, we won't do it. It's fine, I'll just use my sword, We have nothing else to do, and we won't starve here. I'm just gonna use my sword on this devil right here. But Himeno's like, no, stop. Just stop. We will not use that sword. I would rather see Denji die than you use that sword. Sorry, Denji. Arai, he's hungry, he's looking for food, and he finds out Power's eating all the food. I don't like Power. Power is annoying. Power is like Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I never liked Gina. They're both so annoying and so selfish. It's unbelievable. And so they're arguing about who ate all the food, and crazy Kobeni comes back with her knife again, saying the fiend Power is responsible for what we're in right now. We need to kill her. Arai's like, look, chill. it wasn't power. Alright, and then she even accuses Arai of working with the devil and tries to kill him. This girl cannot handle the pressure. And then back in the war where I think the devil senses what's going on and so forces the hunters to retreat. It also reveals that it's the one driving Kobeni and Arai insane, basically. Forcing them to give in to the deal. And it reveals that its name is the Eternity Devil, which is different, but it also has another meaning. Because remember, devils are formed from the fear of something. That's why you have the gun devil, the fear of guns, chainsaw devil, the fear of chainsaws. So some people out there are afraid of eternity. That's interesting. Anyway, it starts to alter the shape of the hotel, making them sort of stand on the edges of the door frames. And Arai and Kobeni once again are just shouting, "Kill Denji and feed it to the devil. Feed it to the devil." They're just panicking at this point. But Aki says nope, and he tries to use his sword. But Himeno uses the ghost ability on him. She explains that in exchange for using this sword on devils, it costs Aki's years of his life in exchange. And she said, "I would rather see Denji die than you do this, because I know you have a future, Aki. Do not do this." So Arai, Power, and Kobeni, they, go through the window to pop out from the other side, right? And Kobeni once again charges at Denji to kill him, but Aki takes the hit for Denji. And his explanation is, Denji might be a piece of shit, but I need him. I ain't strong enough to kill the gun devil by myself, but I need more hunters than I can have just to kill it. So please don't kill Denji. Denji asks Power if you could do anything with the blood. Power says, "I could try, but there's no guarantee." And Himeno, this is where the walls start to crack. She's starting to panic now because she realized Aki might die. And because of Kobeni's panic state, because of what Kobeni did, and even Kobeni's still blaming Denji, like, "You should have just died. Why did Aki have to take the hit for you?" Oh, flipping Kobeni, man. But Denji's like, "You know what? Enough's enough. I'm just gonna give myself up. It's fine, okay? I'll just give myself up. But it's not gonna be easy. I'm not gonna go down like no bitch, okay? I'm gonna go down there and just keep cutting him up." Because I remember when Himeno used the ghost arm, he was screaming in pain. So my goal is just to keep chopping him up until he gives up. And the reason why he's doing this is because he hates the fact that he now owes Aki for taking the hit for him. And if you know his backstory about owning loan sharks since he was a child, he hates owing people. And so he makes a sacrifice and jumps straight into the devil's mouth. And that's where the episode ends. We don't know if he makes it, we don't know if he survives. He just jumps straight into the mouth and goes deeper and deeper inside the devil. That's where the episode ends. It's a great episode. It's a great episode. The Eternity Devil is an overpowered devil as hell. Very versatile in terms of what it can do. It's more of a mental devil than a physical one, or at least we were shown that side. But yeah, that's the Eternity Devil for you. Please let me know what you thought about this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.